Hey, what's up everyone? So we're starting off with on this quarantine rack. We just got rid of a bunch of fish. These are the fish that are still in quarantine that I'm going to hold on to. We got a bunch of these guys that are able to eat already, like the tiger fish is eating, the Jardine arrow is eating, both of the rays are eating fairly good. I'm still waiting on the biter and this Oscar and the arapaima to start eating heavily, very minimalistic. So before they jump out of quarantine, I always make sure that these guys are eating their best. There's no sickness on them, like these rays came in with some wounds. They're being healed up, while the rest of these tanks are empty, like they just got emptied out as of yesterday. Actually, there's still some gulper cats in here and the jelly cat that I'm rehoming. But these fish are also a different batch that are also going through quarantine as well. Okay, so a little update on the Florida turtle. As you can see, this little notch is even going down more and more as the days go on. Let me see if I can get a little profile here. What we were worried about was this back end of his shell flipping up, and if they curl too much, it's a sign of they're getting too much protein, that their shell's growing faster than their body is filling it in. So we just slowed down his protein intake, and he's just been eating nothing but veggies and algae wafers and stuff like that, and he is slowly getting better, so that's a big plus for him. I'm still waiting on this albino or xanthic clown knife to go ahead and eat for us. He has not eaten since he's been here, but he's big, thick, and healthy, so I think it won't take much longer. And then once he's able to be seen that I can see that he eats, he's probably going to come up into this stingray tank where I just put all of the rays, because I wouldn't have to worry about that clown knife. Someone just took a massive crap in here. As you can see, that's all stingray poop that's floating around. That wasn't there a minute ago when I just walked by, but that's the problem with stingrays. But as I was saying, I wouldn't have any concern of a stingray eating a stingray pup. Okay, so you guys might have seen in a little bit of last video, yes, we did add in some new decorations in the 1,000-gallon, and the tank is staying way more crystal clear, so I think the problem was solved with that piece of wood. I think it was just deteriorating in the water, and it was just making it look dirty and dingy all the time. Like I said, I fixed the problem with the light up here, and Skylar got in there the other night and cleaned the whole front panel of all the plates of algae. So I don't think we will have any more issues with this tank. But the decorations are looking good. The fish are absolutely loving them. We got the black spotted eel that always hangs out up top, and then we've got the fire eel who made the underside hit his home. You got the armored cats that all hang out back there. Actually, while I'm here, you know, we have the striped Raffaella cat, we've got the Irwini, we've got the granulosis, and I always told you there were 3 armored cats, or technically 4, that get large size that you can be called a monster. The smallest one is the Irwini cat, and then you've got these granulosis, they can get massive, and of course you've got the Niger cat, where, there we go. So you got the Niger cat there. But with the last pickup, we actually got the last species that I've been looking for, and he is in this tank right here. He's called a rock pacu. I should have showed him to you while I was over here, but let's see if we can get him out. Yeah, go ahead and do this. There we go. So that is the rock pacu right there. That is the last larger species of the armored cats. These guys can get large. Now, I'm not saying, you know, large as in 3, 4, 5 foot, but they can get pretty big. All right, so these guys here, now in the wild, that they can get upwards of, you know, 3 foot. I think the max record on size is about 39, maybe 40 inches, but most of the time in aquariums, you'll see these guys at about 30 inches long. But that doesn't take away from them being extra cool. I've been looking for one for quite some time. They are not very cheap, but it's just the process of trying to find them. There's only a few guys that I know that actually bring these guys in, and I have yet to obtain one. But it just so happens that we rescued one the other day, so I'm going to go ahead and put him on display in here with the other armored catfish, and I will finish off that collection. Will be super cool. I'm actually thinking about moving this redtail giant gourami over to the 4000. As you guys can see, ever since I moved the rays out of the pond back there, that's actually our clean water reservoir. And the stingrays, we're doing that into our clean water reservoir, so we're pumping nasty water back up to all of our tanks. Now you can see a major difference in the clarity of our water over the last few videos, and it is just coming together. Every tank is starting to sparkle and shine again. So I am glad we made the right call to putting the stingrays over in the 2200, and they've got 8 socks on that tank alone. Actually got to get in there and replace them again because it was just cleaning out so much dirt in there. And everywhere you look, everything is looking so much better at Ohio Fish Rescue. So if you guys follow along on Instagram and Facebook, you guys would know that I split up the armadas and the tigerfish, or maybe that was the last video, but they are now separated, and the tigerfish was put over here. He is doing great in this tank. Nobody's picking on him. He is eating it in here, so I think he will do phenomenal. So now moving forward, only 1 armadas and tigerfish per tank. I do have 2 armadas, 2 vittatus African tigerfish, and I've got 1 Goliath over there. But while we're coming by, we'll say hello to TJ. He is always a camera hog. What's up, TJ? How you doing, bud? All right, and here is the Goliath tigerfish. I am growing him out, and he is actually putting on some size. He eats every single day. I feed this tank every day that I'm over here. These are all the baby grow outs. The arapaima is filling out nicely. He eats like a little animal. I've got the redtail pyara all healed up. And you know, I told you guys I didn't know what these albino catfish were. That they were sold to me as albino Pangasius larnauti, and I kind of had doubts as to what they were. I still don't think they are albino Pangasius larnauti, but I do think they are some type of albino Pangasius. That they are not an iridescent shark, because if you guys see, the mouth structure is different from an iridescent shark. From their top fin to their mouth on an iridescent shark when they're young is a little bit more streamlined and comes to a point. These are more of like a catfish mouth, like the paroon sharks are, but the fin structure is exactly the same. And these things eat like little demons. These guys will just eat and eat and eat like a paroon shark. So if they start filling out a little bit more, they might be Pangasius larnauti, but I have speculation that it'll be some distant relative, some different form of Pangasius. But as they grow out more, I could, you know, see more on their fin structure and be able to tell a little bit more as to what they exactly are. So these guys officially came out of quarantine. This tank is back on the system. I went ahead and left one of the Chinese algae eaters, the smallest one, in there to go ahead and help clean up the tank after the puffers and the carps. I went ahead and added one of the golden Chinese algae eaters into the cichlid tank here just to help clean up the bottom and the detritus in here. And then I threw the other Chinese algae eater into the Bellagio tank here, and there he is. Up, our silver dollars are mating. You see that? They're dancing. They are mating. Look at that. How cool is that? So that's something you don't see all too often, is silver dollars mating in captivity. And we just happen to be a magnet for mating silver dollars. There's regular silver dollars. We had the black bar Berkey breed, and that was actually really impressive. One of the black bars in here, the wide bars, is actually one that we bred and we found in our filter box. And we went ahead and put them in this Bellagio tank. There goes that other golden Chinese algae eater. We put the speckled one in here. So that one looks big, right? And then I pan up and there's that monster of a golden Chinese algae eater. This was my original one. And that guy, you can see all that belly on him is from eating algae and poop in the tank. These things are absolute animals when it comes to eating algae. One of my favorite algae eaters on the planet. They don't fin nip, no butt buddy, and they do exactly what they're supposed to. And they look cool. You guys know I love keeping you up to date and showing you what we're doing here around at the rescue. But I got to get some work done and I got to feed these fish. So I'm going to go ahead and log off here for tonight. So I will see you in the next video. As always, stay fishy, my friends.